Today for my service project, I'm talking about Trayvon Martin. Basically what happened here, this guy, kid Trayvon, young 17-year-old black male, he goes to, I guess he's walking late at night in a gated community, and this dude, George Zimmerman, he sees him, and he's like, yo, he calls the cop, and the cop, he's like, dude, there's a guy walking on my property. He follows him. Operator says not to do it, but George Zimmerman does it anyway, because he's like, they always get away. They have some kind of altercation on Trayvon's phone because he's calling his friend. Because meanwhile, Trayvon's like to his friend, some girl, and he's like, this dude's following me. Anyways, they have some kind of altercation, and it ends with Zimmerman shooting and killing Trayvon. Now, Trayvon is unarmed. He only has with him his Skittles. It's ridiculous at the end of the day. But what's really interesting about this now is not what happened. Because what happened is ridiculous in and of itself, Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't be shooting a 17-year-old. It's really saddening, I mean, as a black male myself, it's just a sad thing to know that you could feel so threatened, by me in a hoodie. Like, I mean, I have glasses on, so I might look tame, but like, it's like if I'm going down like this, walking down the street, Either way, like, do you really feel that threatened or something by me that you want to like shoot me? But what's really interesting about the case is the way the media decided to play with it, So the media kind of turned it into this thing where they had a picture of George Zimmerman from an early arrest, then a picture of Trayvon, and it's a much younger picture of him. People were like, oh, well, these pictures are actually, people who wanted to defend Zimmerman, saying that he maybe acted in self-defense or in some way, you know what I mean? And then those people were like, oh, well, that picture of Trayvon's outdated. Here's a real picture. And it's Trayvon there acting like a gangster, like flicking the camera off, being like a goon, like, blah, blah, blah. And then they had pictures of Zimmerman in the tie and be like, see, we can play the same game. On Facebook, a lot of people were putting up pictures of, the pictures of like Trayvon, like in one way, saying that the media was portraying it wrong, saying that, oh, you're saying this is still a sweet 17-year-old because he's sagging his pants, have his shirt off, and he's flicking up the camera. And it's just like, why does that matter? Like in their mind, they think that we're upset because, they killed one of the good ones, one of the good black kids, the light-skinned ones wearing their Hollister shirts. But, the dark-skinned ones with their shirt off, flicking up the camera, those are the ones that, oh, well, he was probably a gangbanger. And people were saying that, oh, well, he was the only reason he wasn't in school at the time because he was suspended for having marijuana. Like, one, how do you know that? And two, why does that matter? Does that mean he deserves to die? Is that what people are trying to say? And it's just sad. It's sad that people try and justify certain actions, based on identity, based on race, identity, and image. The media did a very poor job of handling it. First off, by like their initial pictures, one, and then turning into a kind of a race thing, because that's what eventually what happened. People just ran away with it race-wise. It just became, oh, they killed a black guy now, and like literally, like a lot of people are hurt, and it hurts me too. It's very it's a very sad, offensive kind of moment and thing to deal with, but it's how it is, And recently, Zimmerman, he pleaded not guilty to his charges. He'll be, if he's innocent, he'll be proven innocent. If he's guilty, he'll be proven guilty, whatever. But I mean, the way our media works a lot is that you're guilty until proven innocent, And it sucks that it had to be that way. And I'm not like a Zimmerman hater. I think it sucks for both people. It shows that, contrary to the belief of very stupid people, racism is still alive, okay? Racism is still alive. People still look at race. The media still looks at race. The media still, uses race as a divisive factor, and race still affects our opinions of the way we view things. Thanks to the media, and thanks to, television and things like that, and advertising, we're a visually oriented, we're a visually stimulated and visually concerned nation. That's who we are. We focus on the visual. We focus on the way things look, and we focus on the way things appear to be. And with those initial pictures, you know what I mean? Zimmerman appear like a criminal, and Trayvon appear like a innocent little kid. And you know, I guess that's them telling the story, that's the media doing their thing. But of course, maybe that might have caused a backlash and make people want to portray Trayvon as a criminal and Zimmerman as a little kid. And it's sad. It's sad they had to like make a smear campaign against a dead 17-year-old. It's sad people supported that. It's sad, you know, the whole thing about it is sad. It's very distressing. So, you know, that's why I'm supporting my hood. I mean, I don't know, like, I don't support the death of a 17-year-old at all. It's very sad, so this is my way of paying tribute, you know. As a black male, I'm aware that these things happen, and I'm aware of, you know, the way that our body language and our image can manipulate space and people's concern for their own safety. So that's how it is, you know. And are there ways to change that? Of course, there are ways to change that, but it's gonna take time because we haven't been working towards it very well, you know. And people, if you're gonna say, oh, racism, you know, racism is dead, doesn't matter anymore, everyone has the same opportunities, you have a black president. No, racism is, in the great words of Kanye West, racism is still alive. White people just be concealing it. Alright, and so with that, I would like to say good night, and hope you enjoyed this report on Trayvon Martin.